I'm 86 years old, and I gotta say something before I run out of time. For 47 years, I slept next to the same woman, and some nights, I swear to you, I felt completely alone. Yeah, that's hard to admit. And I know what you're doing right now. You're scrolling. You're looking for that feeling, that spark, that person who makes your chest tighten up in a good way. The one who makes your heart race like you just ran up a flight of stairs. I used to think that was love. It wasn't. It was a chemical rush. That's it. A biological trick. Your brain lighting up like a Vegas casino. Dopamine, oxytocin, adrenaline. Nature doesn't care about your happiness. Nature cares about reproduction. That's the part nobody tells you. When I was 25, I met a woman who made my hands shake. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I'd just sit there replaying her laugh in my head like it meant something secret. I told myself, this is it. This is the one. This is what songs are written about. No, that was anxiety dressed up like destiny. That rush you're addicted to, it expires. 18 months, maybe 3 years if you're lucky. Then one morning you wake up and the fog is gone. I remember that morning clear as day. We'd been married about 2 years, sitting at the kitchen table, sun coming through the blinds. She was chewing a toast loud, tapping a fork against the plate, little stuff. And I looked at her and thought, what happened? The fireworks were gone. The mystery disappeared. The adrenaline drained out. And in its place was just a person, flawed, irritating, human. And I felt empty. I panicked. I thought I married the wrong woman. I thought love died. But here's the truth nobody your age wants to hear. Love didn't die. The high did. And most of you confuse the two. So you break up, you say the spark faded, you go chasing the next rush, the next hit, the next this feels different. You're not looking for a wife, you're not looking for a husband, you're looking for a drug. I spent 10 years trying to get that first year back, 10 years being resentful, 10 years thinking she changed. She didn't change. I just started seeing her without the chemical filter. There's an old saying, we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. My imagination told me marriage should feel like a movie forever. Passion, intensity, romance every night. Reality was bills stacked on the counter, a leaking roof, a baby crying at 3 in the morning, 2 exhausted adults snapping at each other over dishes. That's marriage. If you marry for the rush, you'll either get divorced or worse, you'll stay married and feel alone. Don't marry the person who makes you feel like you're on a roller coaster. Roller coasters are fun for 3 minutes. You can't build a life on one. You'll get sick. So what actually holds? I learned this late, too late.
Don't marry for butterflies. Marry for how they fight. Yeah, that sounds boring. I don't care. It'll save your life. Watch how they act when they're mad. Do they attack your character? Do they shut down for days? Do they need to win every argument? If you marry someone who treats disagreement like a battlefield, you will slowly disappear. Marry the person who can sit in discomfort with you, who can say, we're not okay right now, but we're not enemies. That's not romance. That's emotional maturity. Next thing, shared values, not shared hobbies. I don't care if you both love the same music or the same gym routine. When you're 80, none of that matters. What matters is how you see money, loyalty, family, faith, responsibility. If your values pull in opposite directions, your marriage will feel like a car with the wheels spinning against each other. Something eventually breaks. Respect, That's another one. There will be days you don't feel loving. There will be days you don't even like each other. Respect is what stops you from saying something you can't take back. Lust fades. Bodies change. Look at me. My hands are thin. My skin's wrinkled like old paper. That kind of attraction, it doesn't survive time. But respect can. And then there's what I call the foxhole. Life isn't a highlight reel. It's long stretches of ordinary days interrupted by tragedy, illness, job loss, fear at 2 a.m. When the doctor walks in with bad news, who do you want standing next to you? The fun one? The exciting one? Or the steady one? The one who holds the flashlight while you change a tire in the rain. The one who stays calm when everything falls apart. Marry the one you'd trust if you were unconscious in a hospital bed. You're afraid of boredom. I get it. Boredom feels like failure to you. But let me tell you something. A good marriage is mostly quiet. It's a Tuesday night. I'm in my chair reading. She's doing a crossword puzzle. Nobody talking. Nobody performing. Just breathing in the same room and feeling safe. That kind of love doesn't go viral. It doesn't look good on Instagram, but it lasts. The Greeks had a word for it. Philia. Deep friendship. That's what you want. Marry your best friend. Because in the end, that's what saved us. When my wife was dying, that hospital room felt small. Machines humming. The air heavy. We didn't talk about vacations. We didn't talk about passion. She squeezed my hand and said, "Thank you for staying." That's it, staying. Not thank you for loving me like in the movies. Thank you for staying. Love is a feeling. Staying is a choice. You wake up and choose it again and again, especially when it's hard. A feeling can't pay the mortgage. A feeling can't sit beside you during chemo. A feeling can't hold your hand when you're scared. Commitment can. If I could talk to my younger self, I'd say, "Son, stop chasing the girl who makes your heart race. Find a one who calms it down." Peace, that's the goal. If someone brings you peace, don't let that go just because it doesn't feel dramatic. Because one day, the chair across from you might be empty.
And all you'll have left is the memory of how you treated them. Make sure that memory doesn't haunt you. I'm tired now. My voice cracks sometimes. My hands shake a little. But if you're young and listening, slow down. Don't rush because you're lonely. Don't marry because you're scared of being alone. Build yourself first. And when you choose for the long road. Choose the one who stays. 'Cause at 86, the spark doesn't matter. The staying does. Not even close. That was just the part most people are comfortable hearing. You want the rest? The part that stings a little more? All right, stay with me. Because here's what I don't say out loud very often. There were nights I laid there, staring at the ceiling, inches away from her, and felt like we were strangers renting the same bed. No yelling, no drama, just silence, heavy silence, the kind that presses on your chest. And the crazy part? Nothing was technically wrong. That's what messes with your head. No cheating, no big betrayal. Just two people slowly drifting because neither of us understood what marriage actually required. See, nobody teaches you that after the spark fades, you have to build something on purpose, intentionally, brick by brick,
conversation by conversation, apology by apology. We thought love would carry us. Love doesn't carry anything by itself. I remember one fight, stupid argument about money. I said something sharp, something I knew would land hard. I saw her face change, just slightly, but it changed. That moment, that's when I realized something. You can wound someone you love and still stay married to them for decades. That doesn't mean you're connected. It just means you didn't leave. Big difference. A lot of you think staying is automatic. It's not. It's work. It's swallowing your pride when your ego is screaming. It's saying, I was wrong, when every cell in your body wants to win. You want emotional? Here's emotional.
There were seasons where I felt more understood by coworkers than my own wife. That's not something a man likes admitting. And instead of leaning in, I pulled back. We both did. Nobody cheated. Nobody exploded. We just slowly stopped being curious about each other. That's how distance happens, quietly. You don't wake up one day hating each other. You wake up one day realizing you stopped trying. And if you think passion protects you from that, it doesn't. Passion is loud in the beginning, but discipline is what keeps you checking in when you're tired. Friendship is what makes you ask, hey, are you okay? Even when you're annoyed. You know what almost destroyed us? Unspoken expectations. I expected her to read my mind. She expected me to automatically know what she needed. We were both disappointed all the time, and neither of us said it clearly. That's how resentment grows quietly, like mold behind a wall. You don't see it until the damage is done. Let me tell you something else nobody your age wants to hear. You will both change. The person you marry at 25 will not be the same person at 45 or 65. Trauma changes you. Loss changes you. Parenthood changes you. Failure changes you. If you marry someone who refuses to grow, you will suffocate. If you marry someone who grows in a direction completely opposite from you, you will drift. That's why values matter more than vibes. Vibes fade. Character stays. And here's the part that hits me hardest now. Near the end, when her health started failing, all those little arguments we thought were huge, they looked ridiculous. All the times I needed to be right, meaningless. All that mattered was that we were still sitting there together. I remember helping her walk across the living room, slow steps, her hand gripping my arm, and I thought, this is what marriage actually is. Not the wedding day, not the honeymoon, this. Two tired people helping each other to the couch. You want to know what regret feels like at 86? It's not about money. It's not about career. It's about moments you handled poorly, words you wish you softened, nights you chose pride instead of connection. Regret is replaying a memory and thinking, I could have loved better right there. So when I tell you don't marry for love alone, I'm not being cynical. I'm being honest. Marry someone who's kind when they're stressed. Marry someone who apologizes without being forced. Marry someone who asks questions instead of assuming. Marry someone who doesn't humiliate you when they're angry. And be that person too. Because here's the truth nobody escapes. You're not just choosing a spouse,
You're choosing the person who will sit beside you when one of your parents dies, the person who will see you at your weakest, the person who will witness your body aging, the person who will either make your home feel safe or feel like a quiet prison. Choose carefully. And listen, if you're single right now and feeling behind, you're not behind. Lonely is hard, but married and lonely, that's heavier. Take your time, build your character, learn how to communicate without attacking, learn how to regulate your emotions, because marriage doesn't fix loneliness, it magnifies who you already are. I'm telling you this with a shaky voice and a heart that's lived through it. If someone brings chaos into your nervous system, that's not chemistry, that's a warning. If someone brings calm, don't overlook it because it feels boring. Peace feels boring to people addicted to drama, but peace is priceless. And when the hospital room gets quiet, when the machines start beeping softly, when the person you've known for decades squeezes your hand one last time, you won't be thinking about butterflies. You'll be grateful you chose someone who stayed and that you stayed too. So yeah, now it's complete, and I hope you heard it.